So it has been a year since I last recorded a makeup video, and you know what? I'm recording so I can force myself to do it. Because, to be honest, these days, man, I don't even remember the last time I put on makeup. Yeah? What? What, Lila? My Lila. This is the deepest meow she's done in a while. She usually does a little meow. Meow. You want food? Is that it? Awesome. Now this may look like a little bit, but that's all she's gonna eat, I promise. It's because she's a little baby kitty. She's literally so little. She's 2, but she's little. You're spoiled. Look at her fucking little setup here. Huh? Yeah, no, she'd rather go outside. She'll start scratching the door when she wants to come in. What the? Lila, don't be eating dirt. I cut my goddamn hair. Now, here's the thing. I've been obsessively straightening it. But I said yesterday, fuck it. Let's not heat damage it today. So, we've got these, I should have straightened it. Oh my god. It's the perm. It won't fucking leave me alone. Alright, set up my mirror. Now I have no excuse to not do my makeup. So, ignore my bra strap. This bitch. Go ahead. I'll be back when my eyebrows are on. They're a little dramatic. And a little bit ugly. You know, my eyebrows always fucking bother me. I'm slapping my face because I use this primer. And it makes my face sticky. Lila! She literally, remember how I knocked over her bowl of food? She zoomed around and fucking knocked over her entire bowl of food again. I have nails now because I no longer work at Domino's. So that's a plus. I think I made a video. I did. I made a really in-depth video while it was happening, why I quit Domino's. I love my new job. It's a great job. I guess I should say I got Lila back in March of 2021 this year. During a snowstorm, drove through Red Mountain Pass, which in Durango is a big deal. During a snowstorm. Don't know how I fucking survived. But yeah, I got little Lila out of it. In the middle of a snowstorm. She warmed up to us literally the night of that we got her. And we spent all day driving. Like, we spent a good 6 hours driving. Drove 3 hours to Montrose, like north, in a snowstorm to pick her up. And drove 3 hours back through the mountains. And even though I had altitude sickness, I was still happy to get a little kitty. And she's literally the sweetest thing. She uses everything that I buy her. Like, literally couldn't be better. She is a little zoomy kitty. We take her on walks. She's used to walks now. She will beg for walks. Even though she's 2 years old, I got her. She's the same age as my kittens, which, by the way, Keith sent me a portrait. He drew of them. She's the same age as the kittens. They were all born in April of 2019. So, it's cool. God, I feel like there's a lot to talk about and I'm totally forgetting. Oops. Why did I get this? These suck. I don't know why. But Ariana Grande's new album. Oh my gosh, she's married now. That's so weird. It's okay. when I think about the album, I think about Positions, because that fucking song plays so many times and I hate it. I hate that song. I'm sorry, I hate Positions. I don't know why I tried using eyeliner. I just fucked myself over. Recently, my neighbor's car alarm has been just going off randomly in the middle of the fucking night over and over and over and over again. And we're like, what the fuck is this? My neighbors have been getting pissed about it, yelling, shut the fuck up, and stuff like that. It's literally at 2 or 5 in the morning, literally just randomly. Like, it'll beep for like a good minute or two and then it'll stop. And then a couple seconds later, it'll start beeping up for another couple minutes. And it just goes on and on and on and then just randomly stops. No, she's like an older woman who lives by herself. And Danny was like, I'm gonna go talk to her. I'm fucking sick of hearing her fucking car alarm going off. We pretty much get no answer from her. And we're like, okay. And she was saying that the neighbors were threatening to call the cops on her. And I was like, whatever. At least if it goes off again, somebody will call the cops and it doesn't have to be me. Anyways, after we went up to her and asked her what the fuck's going on with her car, we went for a walk, you know, with Lila, as usual. And Danny's like, oh my god, I bet she probably thinks that it was us who left the note for her, like threatening to call the cops and all that. We're coming back, and Danny goes to unlock the door when we get back. And Lila, shut the fuck up. He fucking sets off my car alarm, which happens to be right in front of her apartment. Looks like shit! Whoever invented eyeliner, fuck you. I can't fit in with people because I can't fucking do eyeliner. Alright, I've had this sticky ass primer on already. So, and I'm too lazy to wet my beauty blender, so we're gonna use this. Hi, welcome to, I started this video thinking I was going to like do some wholesome updating of my life to myself in the future. And I'm just getting angry. How do I take this eyeliner off my goddamn eyelashes? Why is no one talking about that? Jafar Stars. I don't even watch him anymore. I went through a very small phase of watching him and I got bored. With my new job, I have the ability to fly wherever I want for free. So I'm able to, me and one other person is able to fly wherever I want. I'm able to change who that person is once a year. And naturally, you'd think I'd put my boyfriend, but he keeps saying, I don't think I want to go on a plane anytime soon. I don't think I'm ever going to go on another plane. And I'm like, okay, then I won't put you on my list. I'll put someone else on my fucking list. And he's like, no, put me. The only highlighter palette that I have and use. I have Emreezy still. But it's a little too intense for me these days. I'm a natural bitch. I'm going insane doing my makeup right now. Like the fact that I used to layer on highlighter and I was like, it's still not bright enough. And I would just go on and on and on and on. Put more and more and more. And look like a goddamn highlighter. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing thinking about that in high school. Me having a mental breakdown for 15-20 minutes. However long I edit this video down to. If I even edit it. I'm pissed. Embarrassing. I'll be right back because I still use setting spray because I don't know why. I don't think it's very useful, but I'm gonna use it anyways. Anyways, let's change the topic. Let's talk about the most embarrassing thing that I've done in my adult life, okay? I joined the goddamn pyramid scheme. And I knew deep down that it was one and I still went through with it. And I spent $200 goddamn dollars on it. And I did not make any profit. I did not sell it to anyone. Nobody was buying my shit. And I think about it to this day and I cringe. I can't believe I fucking did that. Like, why did I do that? You know? Like, Am I okay? Do I need to take a break for a minute? Anyways, the pyramid scheme, I guess I'll make a pyramid scheme video. I joined a pyramid scheme and nobody in my real life knew that I was in it. Like, I never talked about it in real life to anyone. Because though I knew deep down in my guilty conscience that I fucking knew that it was a fucking scam. And I didn't want to admit to myself for the longest time that I spent $200 on a pyramid scheme. Listen, I love my cousin, but I low-key blame her because she's in a pyramid scheme and she's still in one to this day. She's been in one for years and years and years. And she's one of those people who actually make sales and shit. I'm not. Anyway, so the pyramid scheme that I joined was Monat, whatever. So bad. It's like the worst one, you know? My cousin gives me a hair mask from them when I'm in high school, and I have no idea that this is a scam. I know what a pyramid scheme is, but in my brain, I'm thinking it's like some sketchy back alley shit. You know, I'm not thinking like it's actual like marketing sneaking in there and actually fooling real people, you know? Like, I didn't think it was an actual like somebody will trick you into buying into their scheme. And you're left out of $200 and it's embarrassing and everybody you know knows that you fell for it. Anyway, she gives me a hair mask in high school and I know what the brand is. So I'm like, oh, this is a cool brand. She's like, yeah, my friend sells it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So she like sells stuff for people's brands, you know, whatever. It doesn't sound sketchy at all. I used that mask like 3 times, the hair mask. And I liked it. I genuinely liked it, you know. I used it whenever my hair was coming towards the end where it was needing a trim, and it made it feel good for a couple of days. I'm not gonna lie. Not saying I'm not endorsing it. I mean, like, anyone's watching, but I would never recommend a MLM to anyone, especially since I'm the one who fucking fell for it and it's embarrassing. Anyway, so I bought their stupid $200 kit and my boyfriend was like, don't do it, it's sketchy. And I was like, how is it sketchy? And then he never told me. He never used the word pyramid scheme. He said it was sketchy. He didn't say it was scammy or pyramid schemey. He said, just don't do it. And I mean, not to blame my boyfriend, but if he would have told me this is a pyramid scheme or this is a scam, don't fall for it, I probably wouldn't have done it. And I thought, yeah, I can sell some hair products. Look how nice my hair is. I have nice hair. They completely controlled what I posted. They were like, post this on your story. Post a picture of yourself and say how good you love these products. I never used the products. After this whole thing, I gave it to my cousin. Another cousin, I gave it to her and I said, hey, I know you like these products and you have a friend who sells them, but I'm just letting you know it's a scam and I fell for it and I don't want to use them. So here you go. But I wouldn't recommend buying from them ever again because it's a scam and my dumbass fell for it, okay? It was just embarrassing. I posted on my Instagram story the most. I did not post on my Snapchat. I did not post on Facebook. I messaged people because they made me message people. Message your mom, message your aunt, message your cousin. None of them fell for it. I posted a poll. They made me post a poll. Let me know if you're interested. Everybody said no. Except for 2 people, and they accidentally clicked it. I almost made one sale to this random bitch. She was like, that's expensive, never mind. And they kept trying to make me push her. You know what I mean? Like, keep pushing to sell it, even though she was like, that's too expensive. And they were like, you know, if you don't make any sales, you're just not a good sale person. I had better hair than all those bitches that I didn't even use the goddamn products. Anyway, they made me join Zoom calls and they did these really cringy prayers to God. Imagine they did a prayer before and after every meeting on Zoom. Really? You're gonna pray to God about how you're scamming people? God, please help me scam 5 more people this month. My God, the bitches were so goddamn rude and passive aggressive. She was like, who's ready to sell some hair products? Raise your hand. And I was like, Anyways, I blocked all those bitches out of nowhere. They never asked me, whatever. They got my $200. They don't care about me. They don't. And how I got into it is literally all my fault. I like to say, oh, I had a friend. She convinced me that she was making so much money, but really. So when I first moved to Durango is when I did this. I was still 18, I think, or 19, maybe freshly 19. I don't remember. It was when I first moved to Durango. Yeah, I was 18 in January of 2020. I had no friends. I worked at Domino's. I didn't really get along with the people there because they were just weird nerds. God, I'm such a bitch. But anyways, I didn't have any fucking friends when I moved to Durango. And so I downloaded Bumble because my friend was like, hey, when I moved to Indiana, she moved to Indiana. She was like, I use Bumble because I have a friend side for just making friends. So I was like, sure, why not? So I did it. And I talked to some girls in Colorado. We were like, yeah, we should meet up someday, whatever. We never did. I think I've met up with one person that I met on Bumble, and we're still friends. But it's like, it was useless because nobody lives in Durango except for like maybe a couple people on there. And then even then, I did not want to be friends with those people because they were just weird. I'm sorry, they were weird. And it's okay. I spared them by not being friends with them because if I were friends with them, I'd probably have to fake it because I personally could not. I'm just a bitch. Okay? It's okay to admit that you're a bitch. Anyways, oh my god, I need to stop going off track. I was talking to this one bitch. We talked the most, right? I talked to that girl the most. We texted a lot. And I knew she was in... I knew what it was. Like, I knew... She said... She made it sound so scammy. She was like, yeah, I sell... No, she didn't even say she sold. She said she has her own online business. She runs her own online business and makes money that way. And she takes care of her grandma and stuff. And she's like, I'm so thankful for it because now I can buy groceries and stuff. I never really asked her. I was like, okay, cool. That's cool. That's your job. Because like whenever I would ask her what her job is, that was her job. She was literally full-time pyramid schemer. One day I was like, so what do you sell? She told me it was Monet. And I was like, oh, I like that thing. You know, I like that company. I use their hair mask. She was like, oh, you can join. Let me get you on a call with some of my friends. And I was like, okay. So I went on a call with them and they're like, yeah, I don't regret it at all. I make this much. Blah, blah, blah. Scamming the hell out of me. And I said, yeah, hell yeah. I'm ready to put $200 down on this scam. And at the time, I was working minimum wage, only part-time at Domino's. I was not even full-time. So I had like $180 in my bank account. And I said, oh, sorry guys, I don't have enough money. And they were like, when I first started, I had to borrow money from my boyfriend too. And I literally don't regret it. And it's such a good investment. So I went up to Danny and I was like, Danny, can I have like $20? He's like, for what? And I told him and he was like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. And I was like, why? And I was like so convinced at the moment. I was like, I want to do this. Like, why are you holding me back? Blah, blah, blah. Again, yes, it was me. I asked her, I said, what do you sell? I'm interested. She never even offered it to me. I literally asked her, you know, because I wanted to get in on this money that she was telling me about, right? I did it to my goddamn self. And when Danny said, don't do it, it sounds sketchy. Or no, he didn't even say it sounds sketchy. He just said it wasn't a good idea. I was like, why? I thought he was holding me back from making my own money and being my own boss. Because, oh God, that's so embarrassing. I can't believe I didn't know. But anyways, he ends up giving me the money. I literally had like maybe $2 in my account after this. So I bought the kit. And they're like, cool, start taking our class. Meet us in our Zoom classes every single day. I had to take some online class. And first of all, the videos that I had to watch. The lady, the instructor for Monet, was like, this is how you sell. Like, this is how the money works. She was so scammy. Like, so fucking scammy. Like, I don't know why I didn't back out and ask for a refund. I mean, technically you can get a refund, but I never ended up doing that because I said, fuck it, it's my loss. I'm just cutting my losses. And they were like, tell your friends, ask your mom, ask your dad. They're going to be the most supportive of you while you get more comfortable. And I was like, well, God, well, what do I say? And they sent me a whole script. They sent me a script. And it's so funny because I'll watch MLM videos these days and they're like, no, it's not a script. I wrote it. No, they sent me a script and I had to enter my own information and I did not sound anything like my goddamn self. And the one that I recall the most is the most embarrassing is my aunt from California. I literally tried to sell to her. And she was like, yeah, I'll ask my nieces and nephews, you know. I never heard back from her because obviously her nieces and nephews were probably smart and knew that it was a scam. But anyways, none of my friends really told me. I mean, I don't blame them. I understand, like, when somebody you know gets into a pyramid scheme and it's like, sometimes it's like picking between your friendship and telling them the truth because those scams, they convince you so much that you're gonna make so much money, and anyone who says you're not is just a hater, you know? It's like such a scammy situation. Anyways, so my friends were like, what was it? And I couldn't really give them an actual explanation. She was like, so how much money have you made? And oh, nothing so far. I haven't really tried. I was trying. I always try to say I didn't try, but I tried. I did try. And you know what? It's sad to think about, but I did try. And I did not sell anything. Even to my mom, she was like, okay. Even though she buys from people's pyramid schemes all the fucking time. My mom, I see her buy from people's pyramid schemes. Like the necklaces, like the jewelry. She has a bunch of those. Whatever, Mom. I even tried to sell to that cousin who sold me that stuff in the first place. She didn't respond. She just left me on red. It was so obvious, all the red flags. I should have figured it out on my own. I really should have. The fact that I didn't, I knew deep down that it was sketchy, but I didn't want to admit it to myself because I already spent $200 into this scam and I had to make my money back. At first I was like, oh my God, I'm going to make so much money and I'm going to buy Danny a bunch of gifts and I'm going to be financially free. And then I went to, okay, I just need to make my money back and then I'm done. Then I gave up. But anyways, we were road tripping and Danny was talking to his best friend. And he was like, what's that stuff Caitlin sells again? And then he was like, Monet. And he was like, you know, they have a lawsuit right now. And I knew about the lawsuit. Like, come on. I acted stupid, but I knew. People saying they lost their hair. But I was like, you know, I didn't lose my hair, so it's fine. And he said, that's a scam. And I looked at Danny and I said, what the hell? And he was like, yeah, I tried telling her. And I was like, no, you didn't. All you said was it wasn't a good idea. You didn't tell me it was a pyramid scheme because I knew what a pyramid scheme was, but I didn't have that idea in my brain. I already said that, but you know what I mean? Like I didn't know that was considered really sketchy, barely legal pyramid scheme. So yeah, that's the day that I deleted everything. Anyways, I'm not in a pyramid scheme anymore, but it's embarrassing. I mean, I don't tell many people. I posted a whole just like a whole statement saying, hey, sorry for the things I posted. I was literally in a pyramid scheme and I'm a dumbass for falling for it. You know, you live and you learn. It's embarrassing. So, moral of the story, if somebody says you can have your own business and you have to pay for anything online, don't do it. Why do I have lipstick in my lip gloss bag? This is the lipstick that I was wearing in that picture when I made fun of myself in that last makeup video I made. Making fun of how heavy I used to do my makeup. And while I know a dark lip doesn't make makeup look heavy, but you can tell by the rest of my makeup look that I put on way too much. You know what I hate about boys sometimes? How I don't know the difference between heavy makeup and intense makeup. One time Tori wore a slightly darker lip color, and our other friend's now ex-boyfriend, I think he cheated or something, I don't remember, was like, how much lipstick are you wearing? She's like, just like one layer. It's just darker. Just because it's darker doesn't mean I'm wearing multiple layers. Stupid man. Why are men